because I have cerebral palsy doesn't mean I'm inherently inspiring. I'm inspiring because I'm an author, a YouTuber, and I have the biceps of a Greek god. Number 6, even though I have cerebral palsy, I still consider myself incredibly lucky. I have a great career, I have wonderful friends, and somehow I've managed to make a living while not getting up before noon most days.
Watch as this teen runs 80 yards and scores big for his high school football team. The sport has been Sep Shire's passion since the 4th grade.
Something that really in my life right now I enjoy more than anything.
But it's been difficult for the teen. The senior from Virginia has cerebral palsy and uses crutches on the field.
How do I look out there? Like, do I look weird to all these people who are watching me play?
This was the longest distance he's ever run without them.
Bye, Ariana. Have a good day. Bye.
Even from across the screen, you can't help but cheer on high school graduate Micah McDade. From the parents in the audience to students on the field and the administrators on stage, this was a proud moment everyone was smiling about. The Oklahoma teenager was born with cerebral palsy.
Walk into us.
What are you doing?
Who know what
Is she smiling?
Baby's happy.
Then the seat goes down.
Helma Wardener is trying on a specially designed backpack that this Chicago Academy of Global Citizenship teacher knows well. That's because for 3 days recently she carried student Maggie Vasquez in it during a school hiking trip.
We went camping with my class.
Did it feel like you guys were a special kind of team?
Yeah.
And what did that make you feel?
Happy.
For a time, there was concern Vasquez might not be able to go on the trip because her walker and wheelchair wouldn't work in the rugged terrain of the Oak Forest camp. But Miss Wardener wasn't about to leave the 4th grader with cerebral palsy behind. That's when she decided to do the heavy lifting and carry Maggie.
I believe that everybody should have the chance to join on the field trip, and just because there is a physical challenge there, that shouldn't matter.
Wardener works out just about every day, but she knew carrying a more than 60-pound 4th grader on her back for at least 2 hours a day was going to be one heck of a challenge.
You just push through and you keep going.
And
Step by step, for more than 3 decades, Dick Hoyt and his son Rick have been on a journey of sorts.
There isn't anything you can't do as long as you make up your mind to do it, and there's no such word as no in the Hoyt vocabulary.
Shortly after Rick Hoyt was born, he was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. Unable to control his body or speak, doctors recommended he be institutionalized. But his father knew better. All he had to do was look in Rick's eyes.
Mentally, he is so bright. I wish I was as smart as him. He inspires me, he always have, because the easiest thing for him in the world is to give up.
The Hoyts got Rick a special computer to help him communicate and enrolled him in school. While in middle school, he decided he wanted to enter a charity race to support a paralyzed athlete, and he wanted his father to do it with him.
Well, at the time I was 40 years old, I was not a runner, and it's all we had was a Mulholland wheelchair, similar to the one he's sitting in now.
But that didn't stop either of them. This picture snapped just as they crossed the finish line in 1977.
Rick, and he had the biggest smile you ever saw in your life. And when we got home that night, he wrote on his computer, "Dad, when I'm running, it feels like my disability disappears."
Since then, Rick went on to graduate from Boston University, and their journey has taken them on more than 1,000 races, including 257 triathlons. Through it all, their favorite race is and has always been the Boston Marathon.